Well, hello there, beautiful people of the internet. Now, we should be streaming for real. Assuming OBS isn't broken too badly today. Well, that's an interesting, I'll take it though. I'll take it. It's another lovely day. I managed to spend a little bit of time down here. I tried live streaming, but it did not work out during the day. The kids, it's winter break, so I couldn't get more than 5 minutes at a time. After 2 or 3 tries, I just gave up on it. So that wasn't all I wanted, but it is what it is. There we go. Let me come down here real quick, get a few housekeeping things straightened away. I think we will turn off auto stop so I don't have the same issue I did last night where things just stop working for no apparent reason. And I lose the stream and can't recover it. All right, I am here. I'm going. I have chat pulled up where I can see it for sure. So if anybody has anything to say, I can actually communicate and know what's going on. It's a lovely evening. It's a bit cold in the basement because it's a basement and it's not properly heated, but that's okay. So I spent a bit of time, like I was saying, getting things set up, playing around with the engine a little more, getting ChatGPT to work its magic. So now I can see, did I finish the UI? I didn't. We started a UI component, or yes, we have an input component. We have a UI system. What I did not do is get all the code pulled together, so we'll have to get some initialization code together for that. And it sounds like my wife is home, so I may make this a really short stream today. I may take a quick break, run up and say hi to her, and then come back down and play some more. So we need to get the initialization finished up for the UI, and I'll have to get ChatGPT in on that. Basically, just have him rewrite the system. It's not a big deal. And then I will I want to include this initialization for the keyboard. There's really no reason to have it be a separate class. Include that in the input system class, or in the constructor for the input system. So when you say it equals new input system, it'll just automatically grab the keyboard, this stuff here. That doesn't need to live in a separate class. It's one extra bit of calls and just a setup you have to do, and it's not going to be needed by anybody else. So we'll just keep that all saved in there. So that's where we're going to get started. I'm going to go run, take a quick break, check in on things upstairs, and I'll be back shortly to get this up and going. I've got a list of things over here on the side. You can see that I want to try and work towards our goals. Some of those I've actually already sort of got going. So feel free to throw any ideas you have in the comments, and I will be back in maybe 5 minutes or so to get this going. And that's the wrong button. I have not set up a hotkey for this transition. I'll be back shortly. Please stand by. And I'm back. All right, sorry for that little bit of a delay. I think I'm both people watching, so I guess the only person that missed me was me. There might be another viewer. It's hard to tell. Okay. Anyway. So I think first things first, let's get a bit of information from ChatGPT. I want to I'm not even gonna bother. It'll be harder to get this to make it do what I want than it will be to just. I wonder it's so quiet. That's padded there. Okay. If I bring that down, do I have a little bit better control? Maybe not really. Okay, that's looks good. It's not peaking, not clipping. Maybe no difference. Okay. See if I just put keyboard. I used to say C keys down equals a new set. Okay. Input mapping, input system. There we go. We need an input component. Yeah. My bad. I wasn't ready yet. Go ahead and talk to me. Yep. You got it. Yep, you got that too. Input component class and the keyword class. The input component class is a component for. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, ChatGPT. You understand how this all works. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just ask it to put all of that into the input system. I would like to make input system so it is in the constructor. I don't need access outside of the input system. So bucket. Interesting. Dot systems. Okay. Why not put it in a constructor? Can we put it in a... Yeah, that's exactly what I asked for. So do it. Come on. Okay. I think I want to look through this just to double check everything is here. Add event listener key down. This dot keys down equals new set. Is down, keys down. I may modify how the input system works too. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But for now, that looks like everything is there. So we can do what we always do. Always do. Almost never do. Comment out the old code. And save that. See if everything still works. More or less the same. Unexpected token numeric literal. Line 283. 283. That's odd. It didn't change anything up there, so how? Keyboard. UI system. Input system. Old input system. Input mapping. Ah. I don't see what it's going on about. Unexpected token, numeric literal. Line 283. Well, let's look here. Yeah, that's that line it's upset about. In the collision system. Haven't even messed with the collision system. How is that suddenly broken? Well, how is it broken all of a sudden? Collision system. Unexpected token, numeric literal. Did I hit a backspace there? I meant to delete something. Okay. So it looks like everything still works. I mean, I think it's hard to tell. Let's move the remove the acceleration component from the player. Yeah, input still works. Okay, collisions do weird things. Okay, collisions stick you in the thing and make you bounce the other way, but yeah, collisions aren't handled very well. Okay. So what have we done so far successfully? Let's make a quick review. I think that was better that way. Let's bring that back up this way. Gives us more overhead to play with. More fine tuning we can do. Okay. That's better right there. Perfect. Not perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect. Okay. No longer clipping. So one thing we did is add Z sorting to the render system. That's done. We can delete that. We've added collisions, but we need to fix the collisions. So, I mean, fix the collision in physics. I would like to add a particle in an AI system, but I think we'll take a brief hiatus tonight from this, and we'll do the other thing you do with the game mentioned, and that's make a game. So I'm going to we're going to do this the fun way and say, I should say we're going to have ChatGPT make us a game and see how it does. So I'm going to refresh. Going to, well, first we're going to ask for a game idea. I need an idea for a simple video game. Puzzle game. Puzzle games are great for players of all ages, and they can be as simple or as complex as you'd like. You can create a game where players have to match colors, solve riddles, or complete other types of challenges. A platformer. Okay, I know what different genres are. All right, in chat, do we want a puzzle game, a platformer, a card game, a runner game, a rhythm game? Put the number in chat if you have an opinion. I'm thinking I might just do a reroll on this because I'm not a huge fan of these particular options. I wanted more specifics, I guess. So we'll just come down here. One, a puzzle game. 2, a platformer. 3, a card game. I'm just saving this over here in case. 5, a rhythm game. Okay. We'll save that right there. We're just going to hit a reroll on this. More specific, okay. Match pairs of items, a matching game, either rhythm game, an endless runner game, a tower defense game. Which one sounds easiest to make to you? Okay. Let's reroll. New chat. What is... I need one good game idea. Okay, this is too involved. Yeah, I don't want story. Story involves actual work. Although, you know, ChatGPT is not the worst at story. Maybe something a little less involved. That's closer. But still too involved for the time I have. Top down, your goal is to reach the end of the maze as quickly as possible, avoiding obstacles and enemies. As you progress through the game, the mazes become more complex and challenging. With more obstacles and enemies to avoid, you can collect power-ups and bonuses to help you along the way, such as speed boosts or invincibility. To add extra layer of challenge, you could include time limits and high score leaderboards. Okay, this sounds like a plan. All right, nobody said anything in chat, so we're going to ditch all these game ideas and throw this monstrosity in there. Okay. I'm not going to save this so it doesn't mess up the thing on the side there. I play as a character who's trying to navigate through a series of mazes. Okay. Now, let's give you a game engine. This is my game engine. really your game engine. Systems do we need the maze game? Input system, movement system, collision system, a rendering system, an AI system if you want to include enemies. We're not including enemies though in this game, right? Obstacles and enemies. Audio system. See, this is why I wanted to have the game do, or have, yes, the game, ChatGPT, that game. I wanted to have it come up with a game idea, because then you say, okay, these are the systems that we need. Honestly, I think you could have a movement system. How would I go about the maps? Use a grid-based map. One approach is to create a two-dimensional grid of cells where each cell represents a unit of the map. You can then use entities to represent the various elements of the map. Okay, we're going to start over because I have a different idea of an approach that will work better. So forget this game. Sorry, ChatGPT. Forget everything you knew. We throw our engine in, and then we say, write me a simple game using this engine. Yes, ChatGPT, I know about all the systems. I watched you write them. No, but seriously, that's how we did this. That's how we got to where we are. Okay. I want a simple game to demonstrate how the system, this engine works. Okay, so we have a player. We have an enemy. Oh, bullet. I'm going to have to make a bullet. So here's where we were testing all our things. Input system, a big system, and a collision system. Then it creates 3 entities: a player, an enemy, and a bullet. Each entity has several components that describe its characteristics and behavior. For example, transform component for its position, a sprite component for its appearance, an input component for handling the input, and a physics component for its movement. Finally, the code sets up a game loop using request animation frame and of the loop. It updates the game and then schedules the next iteration. We don't actually have to do that because that's handled. No, we do need the game loop. That should be handled in the game object, but it's not. Okay. So we actually don't need to do this because that's already done in the render system. We'll copy our code. Oops. Starting here, see what we've broken. Okay, we have a player and an enemy. I can move the player around. The bullet doesn't have a way to get launched, so okay. How is the bullet launched? Have you ever go through here and clear out this stuff? Nope. Okay, so in the input system, well, to the input system, how does that go in the input system? If no input, continue. Date. I mean, this is actually for each entity. If it doesn't have an input, all right, this isn't good code. It should be calling entity.has component input. So that will ignore. What we want to say is if input dot space, although that's not really how the code works either. Add component new. Okay, I don't know that I approve of this method. See, it should be like here, case space, and then make a bullet, right? Or add the component to the bullet and blah, blah. Okay, let's look at our bullet. Bullet.add component, collision component 8, 8. Yeah, there's a lot missing here. That sort of works. You can get in and get stuck on the other enemy player. We do need right, SVG that draws a bullet. What do you think a bullet looks like? It's a big bullet. Okay. 50 by 50. Seriously, a circle? 50, 100, 100 unit circle. It's the same size as the player. All right. More complex, but all right. That's more like it. Make it interesting for me. A rectangle and a circle. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right there. All right, sure. Save that as and open that up. Okay, that's a horrible bullet. It's got more shape though. To circle it is square. It's what we have for now because them's the rules as I wrote them for no good reason. Okay. And we have a bullet. So now we draw a bullet. I didn't even do anything yet. Interesting, it loaded that. Okay, so let's make it so the enemy shoots the bullet at the player anytime it leaves the screen. Zone out. Don't pay any attention to what's going on. Code is writing. Just let it fly by and figure it out later. Enemy system. 200 pixels a second. I guess, yeah, that's okay. 200 pixels per second is fine. I mean, I guess that's another way to do it. All right, what do we actually do here for each entity? So each enemy equals this dot get player entities if not player continue const. This dot get player. That's not a function. Oh, get player is going to go through and find the player. Okay. Player transform equals player dot get component transform. Okay. So we're getting our locations of the player in the bullet. We check the distance. Okay. So copy this code. We'll throw in an enemy system. That code's not finished. Continue. It's not a modified enemy system. It's just an enemy system. I guess it's modified because I said change the thing. It's like I don't like hard-coded magic numbers. Okay, that is better. We're going to have to do some surgical copy and pasting though, because There we go. We'll wrap that up nicely. And then in our game, just have to add the in. Whoa, no. Add the enemy system to the game. Okay, are we there? Yeah, we did. Okay, we're fine. And then the enemies. Okay, we need an enemy component, which I think it just, at this point anyway, has an ID that says enemy. Yeah. Entity as component, entity. Yeah, all right, good. Nope. Yeah. To the enemy. Okay, so enemy. We're gonna add that to you and see what's broken. Enemy should be launching bullets at me. Maybe I have to be within 200. 200 pixels? I'm within 200 pixels. Definitely within 200 pixels. We're touching. Okay, well, not everything always works, right? Let's look here at the enemy system real quick. See if we can figure out why things aren't working right. All right, for all the enemies, we don't have the enemy component continue, otherwise check if the player is within range. Player this dot get player entities. Get player goes to the entities and returns the first entity that has a player component. There is no player component. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We have an enemy component. We have a player component. And we got to add that to there. Okay. Now we broke something successfully Player component is not defined. Did I not save everything? I saved everything. So player component is defined. There it goes. Okay. So player can't go through bullet. Bullet causes issues for player. Collision system adds problems for bullet. Okay, so we're gonna have to make it so that things only collide with certain things, like, or else the bullet needs to be created outside the player. Colliding with the enemy. Okay. Yeah. I could do it that way. I was thinking just make the bullet start outside. Outside the enemy. But this rewrite of the physics system, I think, solves some other problems. So, you know, let's go ahead and copy it. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually just rename it ever so slightly. Physics system 2. And up here, physics system 2. Ever so slightly. And then throw that into the game. And we'll remove physics system original. Whoa. Yeah, it doesn't work still, but he gets a bullet. His bullet never moves. Okay, just for kicks, we're going to take the collision component off of the bullet. So in the enemy system, when it creates a bullet, we're going to take off the collision component and see if it actually starts out going in the right direction. No, the bullet gets no velocity. Okay, 0.1, comma 0.1. Well, shoot a new bullet at the player. Calculate the velocity to make the bullet travel towards the player. physics component actually a thing? It's not. We have a velocity component. No, we have a physics component, not a velocity. Do we have a velocity component? A transform component. We have a physics component. Velocity. What does the physics component? Oh, it has velocity with x and y and acceleration with an x and y. Okay. Wait. We don't need that. That's going to break something down the road. But for now, it's not broken. Okay. I think that gets used with the other engine, but it shouldn't because it already has an acceleration component or acceleration value in the physics component. Velocity. Okay. New bullet. New bullet. New bullet. Dx divided by length. Okay, the way the speeds are set up is a bit dodgy. Physics component. Take nothing in the constructor, so we can't construct you with a velocity or acceleration. Let's change that. Actually, I think you can, can't you? I don't know. I'm not that good at JavaScript. I think when you do this, that has it. Yeah, that's a different. Okay. Physics component. Physics, velocity. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that could be done that way. Cool. But this bullet here, this guy is not. I took off his collision component. And now, I guess we could do some debugging. This is odd. Something's not right. Did I? Nope, it's all there. Scheme.html is not being displayed correctly. Is there something wrong in here? There's an odd amount of parentheses there, but I think it's actually fine. There's just some odd tabbing going on. It's more odd tabbing going on. Well, it beats me. I think. I am tired. He's not shooting bullets at me, and that makes me sad. And if I don't fix it, I'll still be sad. So let's fix it. I'll lay in bed all night awake, upset that I don't know what's wrong. I'll dream about it. I'll wake up at 2 in the morning, like, oh, I know what the problem is. Okay. So we want to know why the bullet, not this bullet, we don't actually need this bullet to exist anymore, because we're making new bullets. I would like to know why the player starts in a random spot. I think I know why. Okay, so we have an enemy. That's all good. I guess we want to look at the not the render system. I think it's the physics system where we need to be paying attention. Let's throw a breakpoint in here. Okay. That would appear the physics system is not being... Nothing is happening with the physics system. So, at least we're not getting that. Yeah, physics system is... Well, we're using physics system 2, but... Right? We are using physics system 2. Yeah, we're using physics system 2, not physics system. That's where I was talking about, though. I would need to rewrite the this code so it uses the acceleration that's in the physics system, not the acceleration that's in the like I have an acceleration vector saved in the transform component or in the physics component. I don't need a separate acceleration component. Okay, so we're looking for things that have a physics, a transform, and a collision. And that's really not a good way to deal with that because it may not have a collision necessarily in order to have all right, so that's our problem is I pulled the collision component off because check for collision. Okay, for now, we'll put the collision component back on. Okay, deal. We'll restore the collision component to the bullets that we make. Down here in the enemy system, because I don't feel like dealing with that. And according to are we back? Looks like we had a brief break in transmission, but you didn't miss a whole lot. So where I've landed is I just told ChatGPT it doesn't work. Make sure the physics system is being updated regularly. System should be updated every frame. Yep. Make sure that the bullet entity has a physics component with a non-zero velocity. Yeah, that's done. Make sure that the DT value passed to the update method of the physics system is correct. If the value is incorrect, the velocity of the bullet will be scaled incorrectly, causing it to move too fast or too slow. Make sure that the bullet entity has a transform component with the correct starting position. The transform component should be updated by the physics system based on the velocity of the bullet. Make sure that the bullet entity has a collision component with the correct size. The collision component is used to determine if the bullet. Make sure that the enemy is correctly creating the bullet entity and adding it to the game. The bullet should have a bullet component and a physics component with a non-zero velocity. Make sure the enemy system is correctly checking for collision between the bullet and the enemy. Okay. So the bullet has a physics component with a non-zero velocity. So you're in the enemy system, the bullet has a velocity that should be non-zero. Yeah. Are we adding the bullet? Yeah. Okay. What if we just remove the collision component from the enemy? So the enemy doesn't need physics or collisions, not yet. Save. Did that fix it? Why does a player spawn in a random spot? He should be spawning up here at 100, 100. Okay, why? Yeah, the movement's not smooth. Tell me about it. That's terrible, but it's okay-ish. I want to make smoother. Yeah, that's cool. That's not what I mean. Not at all what I mean. Yeah, we have a smooth game loop. we game loop. We just need to make it so the input happens as long as the key is down, not just when it is pressed. Yeah? Okay, so you're going to modify the key or the input system. That's fine. Okay. Yes. Okay, I think that'll work. Put system 2. And we'll just come over here to the game. Okay. You can use the input system in your game loop. Enemy dot okay. I don't understand what happens here. Reload it one more time. Make sure I didn't. I don't quite. It's like it moves a random amount every time you pick the key up. Oh, this new system I think moves a larger amount than my old one did. Do I need a physics component? I guess I do because I use it. Well, there's still so many weird things going on. I don't know how to explain it. The bullet, this dot here, spawns in the middle of the enemy's neck. The movement, it only player only moves when the key is released. Yeah, we have that. Okay, so keys, bind the key handlers to the correct this value. This dot handle key down equals this dot key bind, or not bind this. This dot handle key up. This dot handle key up dot bind this. Okay. Window dot add event listener key down. This dot handle keys down. Okay. Update entities DT. Entity of entities. Put continue. Update the entities. Const input equals entity. I get component input. Physics equals a physics. Get the physics component. We zero out the velocities. If the why do we zero out the velocities first? I guess because we're plus equaling it. I mean, you could just as easily set it equal, but 200 pixels per second plus minus minus plus. Handle key down. This dot keys dot. Okay, so in here, this dot keys dot arrow left. This dot keys dot arrow right. Okay, we're directly accessing, and I guess I can live with that. That's not how we had it working before, and that's okay. So those should be getting turned on. We have a key pressed event or a key down event. And I should be getting released, right? This dot keys event dot code equals true. This dot keys event dot code equals false. Set the key state to true when it is pressed, to false when it is released. So the question is, what is actually happening? Why does the guy jump halfway across the screen? But what is actually happening to this? So let's find out. Oh, input component. Render system all the way down here. Input component. Input system 2 down here. We'll go all the way to there. We hit a breakpoint. I guess we'll always hit that breakpoint, won't we? Velocity. undefined. Keys, arrow down is undefined. False, false. Okay. I don't know how. Arrow right can be undefined. Arrow left is false. Arrow up is false. Arrow up should be true. Okay, it's true now. Arrow up is still true. Arrow left is true. But nothing is happening. Okay. And that doesn't have a problem with working. Like, this actually does work. I just have to press the key every time. Nothing happens, nothing happens. Key is held down, and it moves once. Any ideas? I'm fresh out. Other than make sure we actually updated the game to use input system 2, and we did. And we saved it. So we're definitely using this input system. Unless this isn't handling the key states properly. Event is press from handle keys up and handle keys down, which is the callback that's passed in here. So event key down, event key up. On a key down event, we're calling the key handle key down. Yeah, that all makes sense. So why doesn't it work? This is the first one I've had this issue with. I've had it make simple games before, and they handled input properly, so I don't know what's going on here. Like, state should stay. I wonder where our FPS is. Want to add an FPS counter. I want to see the FPS. Why would I do it that way? I have all this stuff in place. Can we use our render? Well, instead of a DOM element. Okay, what did it actually do? Made a class FPS counter. I mean, this looks cool. It's got colors and everything. We're rewriting the... Why are you rewriting the whole render system? What? Um, how about we just make the... Just add a few so go to the system to show the FPS if a you're gonna rewrite the whole render system, huh? You just insist on rewriting the whole render system. I need 2 lines of code. Come on, 3 lines of code. Once you're done with everything, I just need those 3 lines of code. Come on. The rule says you have to write all the code. It doesn't say you have to like it. Come on. Let's go. You know, when I say in the description that I'm dragging ChatGPT kicking and screaming to make a game engine or forcing it kicking and screaming, I think I'm the one doing the kicking and screaming, not ChatGPT. It just derps along. It's like, yeah, yeah, you can do it this way. Like, no, that's not how it, that's so bad. That's bad. No, you're taking too long. I want these 5 lines of code right here. Okay. They were going all out, but they're doing it in like 10 lines of code. Ah, okay. So this is at the end of the render function. Oh man, I was about to lose it. At the end of the render system, when you're all done rendering, there's nothing left to do. There's a shape component. Let's see, what are we starting? Are we starting with the render code? No, there's a whole render system. Okay. So yeah, we want to be right there then. All right, where are we? We're writing it in white. That's kind of dumb. Our background is white. Time is not defined. Okay. Stop frame count if time minus this dot previous time. Okay, so there should be a time up here somewhere, I'm assuming. Const. All right. Time is not defined. Scroll through here, make sure I'm not the idiot. You're right. Time parameter is undefined in the render system. To fix this, you can pass the time parameter time minus this dot previous time. Why are you calculating it this way? And no, I don't. You know, I have a DT. We actually have a DT. I'm going to just ask you to calculate it using, and I'll double check that this will work because it's going to take a minute. But can't you just calculate the time based on DT? Because doesn't DT come from the game engine? Update. Yeah, DT is coming from the game engine, and DT comes in. Press animation frame game loop timestamp. Yeah, we have a DT already. Can't we just use DT and No, we already have a DT in update. Literally, we know the frame time. Like, why are you adding all this stuff you don't need? You don't need all that. I mean, you need all this, but you don't need any of this. Frame count allows. No. You have a DT. You just want to divide it by, multiply. You have seconds per frame, so you just convert that to frames per second. You just have to divide it by 1, or divide 1 by it. Can't we just divide 1 by dt and output that as FPS? There we go. It didn't throw in a bunch of extra code that we don't need, and extra variables and garbage and nonsense. Oh, it is writing out the entire function for a very few lines of code. I mean, this time it did it the long way around. This dot frame count plus, yeah, like, why are we? Why are we doing all that? Literally, what are we printing? This dot FPS. Equals 1 divided by dt. 0.0 to make sure that I'm going to get done before you do, ChatGPT. Oh, maybe not. Okay. I just need to figure out where it saved this .fps. I mean, obviously up in the constructor somewhere, we're supposed to have a this .fps. Doesn't exist. We'll go ahead and run that and get the error. No error? Come on, you know it. You know there's no this dot. You're not complaining about it. Did I? No, I don't have 2 render systems. Only have 1 render system. So I didn't update the wrong render system. All right, let's fix this. I need to check if this editor would do this for me. Okay, that it is make sure we're inside the render or the update for the render system. We are. I guess this makes, but I can just say, right? Where is it even putting it? Oh, it's white again. Forgot it made a game with a white background. FPS is undefined. FPS is 0. 1.0. Okay, let's set it to be frame time. I mean, that's not bad. Okay. Okay, what if I don't do a math.round on it? Is that correct frames per second? No, because DT is in like milliseconds. I've got to do DT divided by 1000, right? Okay, it's not super smooth frame rate, but we have a frame rate. Holding down keys really kills the frame rate. But like animations should be, okay, we have, I think we're creating more bullets as we go and not destroying them. I think they're just shooting off at insane speeds. Somewhere it's not taking into account the DT and yeah, bullet gone. Yeah, not super smooth FPS. Okay. Can we make a simple yes graph? You know, because it's running slow, so let's make an FPS graph. We're gonna use, why do you write the whole component? Just write the part that's updated. And why am I still up and working on this? It's 1 o'clock in the night, in the morning. It's okay. I just was curious, all right? I just was curious what it would do. Just sucks it doesn't have to write the whole code. I should have said only give me the modified code should have said that at the beginning of this session. It usually follows through and continues doing that. Oh well. Oh. Okay. Sure, let's play the game I started playing. Okay, so we're gonna come here. Use this. FPS values dot push. All right, if I don't have to do any thinking, if I can just copy and paste this in here, I'll go ahead and add a constructor. Oh, read declaration of constant FPS. Oh, yeah, that's right. We want to, well, we'll do this for now. Sometimes I do want that ability. And I have a feeling I don't actually want this other ability. Stroke black. We're black. It's we're black. That's a color now. Okay. One divided by dt. Divided by 1000. Yeah. There we go. There's our FPS. And there we go. Now we have debug. We're going to make it green. Because there we go. I made it green because green is not a color, well, unless it's plant game. Maybe I should make it magenta. That's a color you rarely run into. And then if debug I believe if I ask if something exists and it doesn't, yeah. Okay, and let's just for fun XY, I believe this will be 30. And this is going to say and this is going to say okay. Yeah, so our internet account is running off through the roof, and that causes some problems, but they should be flying towards him at 1 second, 200 pixels per second, so it should take approximately half a second or so to get there. But they're not getting rendered FPS. Well, after a while, it gets low. You know, we got hundreds of entities. Definitely have some optimizing to do here. But hey, it's working more or less. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. If you had fun, like, subscribe, all those things. I'll be back again another day. And I think I'm going to try and get a functional game up and running made primarily by ChatGPT. So it's going to be another day or two of this fun. And then I'll move on to actually trying to make it be a useful engine. I mean, it's pretty useful, but I actually want to make a legit game with it. There's a game jam coming up in beginning of January. The Ludum Dare. So I think I'm gonna try and use this in Ludum Dare because I can. So anyway, we'll throw something together there. And anyway, it's been fun. I'll catch you all next time. Hope you're having a great day, and yeah.